And welcome to God knows what episode of the third season, the Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast. As always, I'm your host, Scotch on the sidelines. Dalton Van Pelt got a new backdrop this week. It's kicked out of my living room. That's okay. Same spectator, one of the two spectators in the house tonight. And with me, I have old Zachary Stewart.
I'm sure this snap sounds a lot better once I actually got a mic.
Yeah, it's got a lot more drama to it now.
I'm drinking the Fox Prophecy Pilsner tonight. So,
who's Fox Prophecy?
It is out of somewhere in Montana.
What brewing company?
That's what I'm trying to find. It was at Sarah's work because it was for their grand opening at their new place. It is brewed and canned by Sheriff Henry Plummer's Outlaw Brewing in Bozeman, Montana.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a long brewery name.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have everything set up. We got the Cowboys game on. Manhattan is poured.
Yeah. So I did not watch a ton of football. I was traveling all weekend. I was in Chicago, actually. Sarah, myself, my sister, and one of her friends, we all surprised my dad. His 60th birthday was just a few weeks ago, and we've been coordinating with his girlfriend Nina for months, and we surprised him for his 60th birthday. We had already bought him Cubs tickets for his 60th birthday to go to Wrigley. He hasn't been to Wrigley in 20 years. And so that was the first part of the surprise. And then Brittany came down and surprised him. And then Sarah and I flew in. So it was a pretty big surprise, but it was a very quick trip. We flew in Friday night, and then Sarah and I left this morning. I was up at 2:45 Central Time, and I've been up ever since. We just a long commute. We flew out of Chicago at 5:30. I was at work by 10 o'clock in the morning. So we flew back in, landed at 9:30, came home, grabbed a car, and went right to work. So needless to say, I am pretty tired, but ready to watch a little Monday Night Football and just chat about some football.
That was me last week, man. So I feel your pain for sure.
And wait till we do it. Yeah, wait till we do it in a few weeks together.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun one.
We might have to do, well, just kidding, because I think your flight flies out too early in the morning, huh?
Yeah, I think I fly at 9:30. So.
Yeah, probably too early to do a recap. Oh, we could do one like after the Sunday night game if we're still awake.
Oh, we'll be awake.
We'll see.
Well, I'm sure we'll be awake. Well, I mean, do we want to bring a mic though? That's the hard part.
I can. Zeke scored the first touchdown, by the way.
He did, yeah. CeeDee Lamb tackled at the one. And then Zeke punched it in. Yeah, we can work out those details.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
We'll still make sure we get an episode out.
Yeah, even if it is Monday night, like we'll both be back where we could record.
Even if I have to do it from my headphones and you just take over the host duties.
Yeah, I should be back by 2:00.
Yeah, I don't know what time I'll be back.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
I won't be back to my house till like late.
Well, we could that could be the first Tuesday episode. Never know.
We will see.
No worries.
I, on the other hand, watched plenty of football. My lovely girlfriend allowed me to sit down and watch the Red Zone all day yesterday. So that's what I did.
Can't wait.
The only thing I missed was the last couple drives of the Sunday night game, but I did get caught up this morning, watched the remaining bit that I missed from that. So
yeah, I did watch a bunch of highlights this morning. So I've got the nuts and bolts of pretty much all the games. So which game do we want to start with? Thursday.
Let's talk about Thursday night. Carolina Panthers, Houston Texans. Panthers are a cool story so far this year. It is very clear that DJ Moore is the number one wide receiver to own in that offense.
Definitely. I love DJ Moore. Wish I could have had him on more teams.
I forgot that I didn't have him because I had him last year on both my teams.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's definitely the number one. Robbie's been kind of obsolete, surprisingly. Maybe that's just, and I don't know, Terrace Marshall, it hasn't been amazing, but he's been ciphering off just enough targets to take away from him. But we'll see with the Christian McCaffrey injury. Maybe, I mean, that'll spread out some more targets, which obviously they didn't have McCaffrey last year when Robbie was going nuts, and so was Curtis Samuel. So maybe it kind of goes back to that three-headed horse where they all can eat. So, but yeah, that's the big news. Christian McCaffrey out. They did not choose to put him on IR. So
they didn't really.
They did not. So
I would expect he's going to miss this week.
Yeah, I expect that. I mean, it is 10 days rest, so they're not ruling him out. They haven't ruled him out yet. Obviously, it's not
Marcus Epps, Wyoming, starting corner. Sorry,
but they might not even. I mean, he's probably going to be ruled out early. But granted, it is Monday night. They won't make any early rules till Wednesday. So, but which if they don't put him on the IR list, which means they expect him back within that 3-week window. So good luck, Luke. You have Chuba Hubbard. Use him wisely, as I did not use Alexander Madison wisely this weekend.
Yeah, he did go off.
Looks like
that was a late
call here.
That was a late window game, though. I wasn't playing. I wasn't taking chances. But whatever. But I mean, when you have some of those elite handcuffs, I mean,
illegal man downfield.
When you have those elite handcuffs, it's yet to be seen if Chuba is the elite handcuff like Mike Davis was. But obviously Tony Pollard and Madison are obviously the most elite handcuffs,
right?
Where you can plug and play and still feel pretty confident. But yeah, the Panthers just, I mean, did the Texans dirty, and Davis Mills' his first career start.
He didn't do too bad.
Wasn't awful. He definitely force-fed Brandon Cooks the ball, which is what he should do. They're just kind of spreading the ball. The Texans aren't as bad as they seem.
No, they know how to score points.
Yeah, they're not the laughing stock like the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right. For those of you watching Monday Night Football, starting at what looks like free safety tonight at number 22 for the Eagles, Marcus Epps, Prida, University of Wyoming.
And quite a few DBs. You see Logan Wilson got 2 picks.
Yes, he did. Yeah. That was
off Big Ben.
I mean, besides Josh Allen, that was the best Wyoming performance of the weekend.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're just bouncing around games now.
Yeah, we are.
Just pick another one.
Browns, Bears, just an abysmal performance by Justin Fields. You really hate to see it. I expect they will go right back to Andy Dalton the next week. Red Zone really didn't even look at this game at all, and that's just because they would just show, hey, the Browns scored. All right, now we don't have to talk about this game anymore.
Yeah, the Browns sacked Justin Fields 9 times. Justin Fields is running for his life. I didn't see much of that game. It was the talk of Sports Talk Radio this morning that how awful the Bears were. They didn't have a good game plan for his skill set, and just completely trashing on Matt Nagy, as they should. And it was funny. It was ESPN. It was Ryan Clark. Ooh, big hit. Dropped. There was ESPN. Ryan Clark was talking about. He's like, he had the camera straight at him. It's like, I am sorry, Mitch Trubisky. It is Matt Nagy's fault. You were not a terrible quarterback, but it's Matt Nagy's fault. So
42 rushing attempts for the Browns in that game.
Oh yeah, they're that's how they want to win football games. They want to ground and pound. You have 2 great running backs, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. They're just gonna play downhill, smash mouth. I mean, obviously they're without Jarvis Landry. They utilized all their tight ends. Odell Beckham made his return, looked pretty good. Had a couple great catches. He should be a wide receiver 3 pretty much every week with upside. Might as well fire him up pretty much every week. Whoever has them,
especially while Jarvis is gone.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's going to look for him. I don't know if he's going to have those big boisterous games. I mean, he could, but he's going to give you a solid wide receiver 3 numbers.
You know what's weird is this is probably a dated reference, but I'm really getting like DeMarco Murray Cowboys years vibes off the Browns offense right now. They had Des Bryant and that was it. And then young Dak with DeMarco. Well, actually, I think it was still Tony. I can't remember.
Tony.
They were just like running the piss out of the ball with DeMarco Murray and just keeping everything tight.
Oh yeah, that's what they want to do. I mean, Baker's still going to throw the ball pretty well, but the
Myles
Browns
Garrett
are good.
had 4.5 sacks.
4.5 sacks. Yeah, that was wild. He's an animal.
Let me make sure I got that right.
Yeah, it is 4.5. Yeah,
4.5. 2 for Jadeveon Clowney, 1 for Ronnie Harrison.
Zeke's pushing his way for a second TD right now. Nope. First and goal.
All right, moving on. Washington Buffalo. They showed a ton of this game, but I also had this game on my bottom TV. It was a pretty good game. Washington was overmatched. Buffalo was good. Antonio Gibson had a really nice play, which is what he should have had the week before too. But J.D. McKissick got the big catching play the week before. End around run by C.D. Lamb doesn't quite make the corner. Third and goal.
Yeah, the Bills that's what we saw last year. Just super high flying, high scoring.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Didn't get to the edge.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to hit pause for a minute because it looks like I'm ahead of you on the game.
Where are you at? I'm at CeeDee Lamb just ran the ball. It's third and goal. 6:10 to go. Where are you at?
Touchdown Zeke.
Oh, okay. So you're ahead by a good margin.
Touchdown Zeke.
Oh, in the flat. Yeah, in the flat. So you're ahead by a play.
Yep. I'm actually gonna cancel out this game because it is screwing my internet.
Yeah. Good for him. Yeah, Bills look good.
Okay.
Bills look good. There's Zach Moss looked good. I mean, granted, garbage
Can
time.
you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
It's a little choppy.
Really?
We're gonna pause real quick and see if we can get our internet connection back. Hello and welcome back to the Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast. Not sure what kind of interruption you're going to hear there for a moment, but I believe we had just got done talking about the Washington football team as well as the Buffalo Bills. Great showing from Josh Allen, 43-21. Heineke's not bad. It's just
no, he's not bad. I mean, for what he's dealing with, he's playing pretty well. I mean, they just got the doors blown off.
Through 3 weeks, if the Washington football team won the Super Bowl, that would be insanely shocking.
Yeah. What's the
Moving
next game on the slate?
Jets, Broncos, gross.
Skip, gross. Jets suck.
Yeah, Broncos are much better than anyone would have thought.
Yeah, but they've had the easiest 3 games. Besides like the Panthers. The Panthers have had 3 easy games as well. We'll see. The next couple of weeks, we'll see how they can just play against better teams. And playing against, I mean, put the Jets and then who they played the week before. It was like, it wasn't the Texans, but it was someone really bad too.
It might have been the Texans.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, so bad. But Bridgewater looks good. Broncos did lose KJ Hamler. He tore his ACL.
Yep. Unfortunate.
Yep. They did just make a signing today off a practice squad for David Moore.
Not familiar.
Oh, he played at Seattle. He was in Carolina. He was always that third receiver in Seattle.
He's
He's okay. Replacement
Moving
level
on.
player.
Justin Tucker is sick.
The man.
66 yards.
66. That's wild. Yeah, I kept watching that kick over and over this morning. I'm like, how the hell did it bounce? It wasn't even on the front. It was on the front half of the
Top of it.
the post. Yeah. And it just the rotation where it was at just kicked it forward. It was wild.
Yeah, that was wild.
But from what I understood, I didn't see too many highlights of that game. But I heard Marquise Hollywood Brown drop 2 touchdowns. It shouldn't have been that close. The Lions aren't awful.
No, they just keep getting bad breaks.
Yeah.
Like normal.
Yeah, typical Lions football. So they should be fine. I mean, you can only really play Swift. You can probably play Jamal Williams. And then obviously Hawkinson. He had a down game, but that's going to come with the tight end position. But they're not too bad. I mean, they don't have very many, if all, any receivers, but.
Right. Speaking of tight ends, I had a little bit of weekend observations while I was sitting there watching.
Yeah.
Here's the first nominees for the That Helps No One Awards. Yeah, Marquise Brown can't catch. That's in my notes from that game. He dropped so many passes.
Yeah.
He's the new Jamar Chase. Watch for him to go off next week again. So the names for the That Helps No One Award. Jody Fortson.
Jody Fortson.
Don't even remember who he plays for, but he got a touchdown.
I could try to guess him.
Lee Smith.
Oh, he plays for the Falcons.
Yes.
He's the other tight end. The other tight end.
Tyler Conklin.
That's the Vikings tight end.
That is the Vikings tight end.
He had 7 for 70 and a touchdown.
And that concludes my weekend observations. I have one more, but we'll touch on that later after we get done with the games.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of the Lee Smith one. He's been around for a while.
He has. I think he's a blocking tight end.
Yeah, he's the other tight end in the Falcons between Kyle Pitts and Hayden Hurst, the 2 good tight ends.
Oh man, I bet you people are furious.
Oh, about
Kyle Pitts not scoring touchdowns.
Man, it's early, but
rookie tight ends, man. I told you I didn't want anything to do with it.
I know. There's only it's a tier of 1. It's Travis Kelce, and then it's a tier of probably Waller, Kittle, Hawkinson's now in that tier.
Maybe.
From the first couple of weeks, yeah, he's showed enough. And then after that, then it's like the Pitts, Andrews, Higbee.
Yep.
And then just
below that is just
throw a dart.
A puddle of shit. And then someone you're hoping lands in the end zone.
In a lot of my high stakes ones, I do have I've tried to take Travis Kelce. I tried to take Darren Waller. Even Kyle Pitts and Hawkinson. Like I'd rather just have somebody Hawkinson's going to have a bad week like he did this week, but it is what it is. Like you're not trying to throw darts like shit. There's the first cuss word. I somehow lucked out and got a Dawson Knox touchdown this week.
Oh, there you go.
But at that point you're just throwing
nice
darts.
Touchdown.
Yeah, but you're just guessing at this point. Okay, is it Hunter Henry this week? Is it Jonnu Smith this week? Is it Tyler Conklin? You just kind of there's a couple of rosters. I have 4 tight ends, and you just kind of pick one.
It might be Kyle Rudolph next week. We don't know.
Yeah, Kyle Rudolph. Who's he play for?
He plays for the Giants. On to the next one. Kyler Murray has another decent game. It was not looking so great until the third quarter when the Cardinals finally decided to play football. Kyler Murray has a decent game, not his best by any means. And Trevor Lawrence ends up with 12 incompletions.
I did win that one.
Did you?
Zach Wilson had 16.
Oof. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I guess that tells you what you need to know about the Broncos defense.
Yeah. That game was it was a mix of crazy stuff. Like Jacksonville, they're bad. Oh man, they're bad. But if you didn't notice, Matt Prater attempted a 68-yard field goal in this game.
He did. And that was
And-
returned 109 yards by Jamal Agnew.
Yeah, like that's Cliff Kingsbury getting too smart by half. Like, it made it all the way to the back of the goal line, but like, imagine that. Like, imagine if 68 yards. That's deep. Matt Prater, but the Cardinals look good. It fried me though seeing James Conner walk in for 2 touchdowns.
Mhm.
But all those guys on that offense are going to have some good spike weeks. Like, even AJ Green. Christian Kirk, Rondell Moore's going to have some good ones. Chase Edmonds, Chase Edmonds has probably been the most consistent out of all those guys. He's been minus Hopkins had a bad week, but Chase Edmonds but Chase Edmonds has had like 14, 13 in the first couple of weeks. Not many touchdowns. He's catching like 6 balls a week. And then obviously Kyler Murray, like he's got to be consistent every week because he's got that rushing floor as well. But
7.9 points as a running back this week, 19 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, but they're going to be good. But I believe they play the Rams this week.
I'm not 100% sure.
We will get to see how good the 9. That was one of our other bets. I couldn't remember the other bet. Who did you have in that division? You had the Cardinals, right?
For what?
That was another season-long bet. I took the Rams to win that division, and you took the Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't remember the other bet. Okay.
I couldn't either.
Yeah, I just remembered it. But yeah.
Touchdown Dalton Schultz.
That another random tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Take a stab, I guess.
Yep. All right, moving on. We got the one of the best games of the week. Some weird decisions near the end of it, but Chiefs Chargers.
Oh man, that was spectacular.
It was a phenomenal game.
From what I saw, was amazing. Mike Williams. Man. Oh.
Austin Eckler's, high ceiling, high floor.
Yeah.
Opposite of Todd Gurley. Ends up with 11 carries for 55 yards, 11 targets, 6 catches, 52 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Excuse me, 6 targets, 6 catches on 6 targets.
Yeah. Chargers are firing on all cylinders. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs got a little careless with the ball. Couple turnovers kind of dug them in. The
Chargers
ground.
got lucky.
Oh, I mean that's how it goes. I mean, Mahomes threw 2 picks. Tyreek Hill fumbled. CEH fumbled. I mean, they got lucky in regards to that, but they capitalized and took advantage, which is what you got to do, especially when you're playing against Patrick Mahomes. But he looked good. Herbert looked nice.
He did look really good. He ends the day 26 of 38, 281 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Solid day. Solid.
Wow. Patrick Mahomes had 17 incompletions and 2 picks.
Yeah, he was not.
Yuck.
And they were all talking about and we saw it last year. After Kelsey and Hill, there's not a whole lot there. Like CEH is, he's okay. But you bracket, either you bracket Kelsey and Hill goes nuts, or you bracket Hill and Kelsey goes nuts. Kelsey's an animal. But everyone's getting all hyped up on social media. Did you see
Joshy
Gordon back in business? Back. Speaking of which, good job, Drew. You pulled the trigger. You did it early. He picked up Josh Gordon this morning.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
Who knows what it'll actually be once he gets there, but
yeah. But hey, he take a shot at, everyone takes a shot on the Chiefs offense. Might as well take a shot with Josh Gordon. But
did Josh Gordon play with Braylon Edwards? Or was he just after Braylon Edwards?
I think it was just after.
Oh, he played with
Terrell Pryor.
Before that even.
That was 2014. 2016.
Number 3. Oh man, he
Cribbs,
was
Josh Cribbs.
no quarterback number 3, Oklahoma State. Graduated at 28 years old. He was a Cowboys backup for a while.
Oh man,
Oh,
Garrett, no, something Gilbert.
I think it was something Gilbert,
Yeah,
but I think it was like Blake
no,
Blaine.
nah,
No,
no, you're thinking Blaine
not Blaine
Gabbert.
Gabbert.
Garrett, not Garrett Gilbert. No,
Oh man,
no.
we'll keep pondering on this till we get it right.
thinking. Yeah,
Redhead, Oklahoma State, 28 years old.
Yeah,
Chargers pull this one out, even though Patrick Mahomes had a chance to end it. He
Mhm.
just didn't. Vikings take care of business against the Seahawks.
Yeah. Vikings look good. I mean, I know they're 1-2, but they're moving the ball well. I mean, Dalvin Cook looks good the first 2 weeks. Obviously, he didn't play this week. Jefferson got on track. Adam Thielen's a touchdown
About time.
monster. Tyler Conklin did pretty well. Madison filled in great. And they
26 carries on 112 yards.
and he had I think he said he had 6 catches on 8 targets.
Were they just on offense the whole game?
Yeah, they just
35
pounded
minutes
them.
time of possession, 38
Yeah.
pass attempts, and
Yeah.
34 rushing attempts.
Yeah, they were cooking, for sure. On the other side, Chris Carson had a nice game. DK Metcalf finally had his share of his. It was his turn to have a nice fantasy day.
6 catches, 107 and a touchdown.
Not as nearly nice as the Tyler Lockett games, but Lockett did go down for a little bit, but he's not too banged up. That game didn't have too many injuries. Yeah, the Vikings look good for being 1-2. Kirk Cousins is playing real well.
I didn't really see a ton of this game. It was pretty one-sided.
Yeah,
That's probably why they didn't show a ton of it.
Yeah.
Saints beat the Patriots. Talk about one-sided. I
Yeah,
wish I would have put $50 on the Saints because they were a 2-point dog going into Sunday.
the Saints. I mean, that's 3 different things for the Saints. They blow out the Packers, and then they get the doors blown off them against Carolina, and then they go out and manhandle New England. Like, which team
In New England.
Which team is the real team?
I
Probably
don't know.
more. Probably some. It's
Probably more week
It's gotta
3.
be. It's gotta be somewhere in the middle. Like, where
I think it's more week 3. It's not week 1. It's not week 2.
yeah, because it's more week 3 because they gave Kamara 30 touches. He had 23, 24 rushing attempts, a couple of receptions. But that's the thing with the Kamara owners, Taysom Hill snuck in a rushing touchdown.
He's going to do that all year.
He's gonna. It wouldn't surprise me if Taysom Hill has. Do we want to make a Taysom Hill touchdown?
Alvin Kamara.
Rushing? No, a rushing touchdown. This could be a season long. That's his first rushing touchdown of the year, I believe. Taysom Hill.
What's the line?
It's either 6.5 or 7.5. I'd say 6.5. It might be. Can he score 8 touchdowns? Probably, but that's a lot of touchdowns. 6.5 is probably a good line. And I still think he goes over that.
Okay, I'll take the under.
Okay. So,
Under 6.5 touchdowns.
For rushing touchdowns. That's the key. The rushing touchdowns. Okay. Sounds good. We'll put that on the board. We'll go
put it on the board.
We'll go over those board bets at the end of the episode. I got my tally going.
Sick. I do have my bets. They are very themed this week.
Okay. All right.
Moving on. Atlanta beats the Giants. It didn't seem like any. Sorry.
One thing about that game, James White did go down. It sounded like it was a dislocated or partially dislocated hip. Kind of comparing it to the Ryan Fitzpatrick injury from week 1. He's kind of out indefinitely. The Patriots are going to have to throw the ball with Mac Jones. That's how they're going to have to win games.
They really don't want to.
No. And I Sunday Night Football next week, Tom Brady in Foxborough. Can't
Yikes.
wait.
He's going to torch him.
Oh, he might not even hand the ball off.
Here's a theory. Maybe Belichick has been not game planning at all for these first 3 weeks, and he's just spending all offseason game planning for this game.
Just throwing out trash.
Just saving it all up.
Oh man. And
this is a Ben Jarvis Green Ellis game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson, 23 fantasy points.
Oh, it could be, yeah. JJ Taylor, like 9 catches.
Yeah.
Brandon Bolden sneaks in for 3 touchdowns on the ground. Like
it's going to be a weird one. Offensive lineman touchdown.
The Patriots are going to run the ball 47 times, and Tom Brady's going to throw the ball 59 times. Well,
that's try to keep him off the field.
It's not going to add up. Yeah, Brady's not going to turn the ball and hand it over to Ronald Jones or Leonard Fournette.
It's not like they run the ball anyway.
No, they don't. But that's Sunday Night Football next week, and I can't wait.
Falcons beat the Giants. It didn't seem like anyone wanted to win this game.
They played this weekend?
Just so happened to win. Yes.
They played. Wow.
Yeah. They are not 0-3. The Falcons, that is. Their offense looked worse this week than it has so far.
Yeah.
In terms of efficiency. Mike Davis still sneaks in there with 11 points. Cordero Patterson is real.
CPAT, baby.
He's real. You can start both those running backs, which is weird.
That's oh god, that's so hard.
Calvin Ridley's going to have his off days, but I don't think he was too terrible.
No, I think his floor is right around there.
Let's see. How many points did he score?
He had 8 for 60. Like 14
yeah,
points.
That's not bad. 14.1. Yeah.
That's probably right around.
Yeah, that's about right where he's going to be.
Yeah. It's not where you drafted him. I mean, he's going to have the big spike week, so he's going to have.
But he's not going to have the shit weeks either.
No, he's not going to have like the 4 or 5 pointers.
I mean, I'd rather have DJ Moore the rest of the year, but
oh yeah, totally.
Dang it. I was hoping for a bet there.
I could get that's close. I could do it.
We'll find a better.
Okay. No, I'll take it. I'll take
You'll take it?
So rest of the season?
Yeah, give me DJ Moore.
Okay. Man. Sounds good. I'm gonna have to go write these down.
It's about time we start putting some bets on the board.
So is it from week 4 on?
Total points.
So week 4 to week 17 on.
Yeah, let's do that.
So not counting weeks 1 through 3. Okay.
Right. If it's obviously same rules as always, big time injury nullifies it.
Yep. Or we can go, yeah.
Moving on. The Titans take care of business against the Colts. Carson Wentz somehow did not fracture both ankles this week, so that's good. Jonathan Taylor, I think, got banged up a little bit in this game, but nothing serious, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's, again.
Derrick Henry, 28 carries.
And 3 more catches.
Yes.
He's on
a nice
pace.
Screen.
He's on pace for, so what's Derrick? I know the stat. What's Derrick Henry's career high in catches for a season?
16.
That's pretty close. It's 19. He's got 12. He's on pace for 68 catches.
That's insane.
Which
number 1 overall pick.
Which could put it
that puts him.
That puts him in the number 1, number 2 overall pick territory, like in the Christian McCaffrey like twilight zone. Like if he catches 70 balls and can run for 1,700 yards, like that's wild. And run for like 12, 13 touchdowns. That's wild. I bet he catches 3 balls every week here and out.
Yeah, easy. They're setting up plays for him to do it.
Oh yeah.
Jeremy McNichols gets worked in a little bit this week, but I don't think he's a true threat.
No.
Yeah, just he barely got worked in there. Actually, maybe I just saw one play.
He did have a touch.
10 yards.
He had a touchdown.
McNichols. Oh, yep. 1 catch, touchdown catch, 10 yards. Nick Westbrook Ikhine. I don't know if you can trust it, but he probably is worth an ad on the waiver.
Yeah.
He's probably AJ Brown insurance.
AJ Brown, they said a hamstring strain
Should be back.
Week to week. They said it's probably more like not IR, but could be a week, theoretically, but who knows? But they did
first quarter
say,
observation. Sorry, go ahead.
I did hear a stat that after AJ Brown went out, there was 11 different receivers / running back / tight ends that got a target. 11. So it's going to be spread out. So I'm not sure if you could actually trust anybody except like Derrick Henry Obviously Julio. Maybe
Barely,
a
though.
maybe a Furtsker.
Ferkser did not play this last
Yeah,
week.
he hasn't played yet. But he might be a reliable option.
Julio only had 7.7, 3 catches for 47 yards,
Yeah,
4 targets. I don't think you can trust anyone except for Derrick Henry and
Ryan
AJ
Tannehill.
Brown.
And Tannehill.
Yeah.
You can put Tannehill.
Dalton Schultz, 4 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown.
Throw those darts, man. Throw them out there. Hey,
Is
you're
he
either
really
going to
gonna
get
be
like
the,
2 or you're going to get like 17.
Is he really going to be the Michael Gallup fill-in?
We said that about Tony Pollard last week. I mean,
That's true. We
It's
did say
going,
it.
it's going back and
Kellen
forth.
Moore is going to find an offensive weapon to take the targets from Gallup.
Yeah,
We know
every
that.
every week.
Every week. It's
Based on the
Oh my
defenses
God.
that are given to them.
Cowboys, 95 rushing yards. Eagles, -2.
The Eagles are going to have to bring the safeties
This
up.
this is going to be a blowout.
Yeah, they're going to run it down the Eagles' throat,
That's
Which-
what they're doing right now.
which I need something from Devonta Smith, as we'll get to. I don't think he's got a catch
No,
yet.
I don't think so either. He had a bad week last week too. I don't see that continuing. Negative game script for the Eagles. I don't think they're going to be that great most of the time against your top echelon teams. But
All right, next game. Let's keep it. Let's keep it moving.
Joseph Tiger King Burrow takes care of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are the Steelers done?
If anybody's watching the actual YouTube stream,
There's some tears in his beers. It's not great, is it?
public service announcement.
Oh, here we go. Dial it in.
When when Najee Harris gets 19 freaking targets, 19 targets, 14 catches by Najee Harris. Big Ben can't throw the ball, and and I love the Steelers as much as all you guys hate the
19
Steelers.
targets.
And like the Steelers should have seen this coming. Like I know that the Minka Fitzpatrick trade is great for the defense, but that pick could have been used for somebody else to groom the next starting quarterback. Like Pittsburgh's, they're not going to finish below 500. Like I think everyone in that division is going to be above 500, but Pittsburgh might finish last at 9-8. Like the Bengals look good. I mean, the Bengals will probably finish third. I'd say the Ravens and then
Wow.
the Browns. Like
Damn.
at this point,
You hate
Pittsburgh
your
is
Steelers.
dead last in that division. And don't get me wrong, like Najee Harris is going to be a fantasy stud. I mean, when he gets 14 catches on 19 targets, like that is the Matt Forte treatment.
That's insane.
And he had 14.
Pretty sure that ties his receptions for the season or is more.
Yeah, well, he had 14 carries and 14 catches.
That's crazy.
It's wild. I mean, great for fantasy, but
Bad for the Steelers.
and I mean, Juju got banged up and Deontay was out. I mean, they had to funnel it somewhere. But even the biggest one that they showed, the game wasn't quite out of reach. It was 24-10. Pittsburgh was at like the 10-yard line. It was 4th and goal from the 10. And the Bengals showed all out blitz. And Ben was quaking in his boots. They showed all out blitz. They snap the ball and they drop everybody. They only rush 3. And Ben swings it out to Najee Harris for a -1 yard pass. It's the definition of like he does not want to get hit, and he has a noodle arm right now. So right now they're gonna, they're
Speaking of noodles, the Eagles front 7 right now is bad.
they gotta play. I mean, the thing is, once you bring 8 in the box, then they're gonna little play action, little CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper
Yeah, because
action.
the Dallas offense wants to be explosive.
Oh, Kellen Moore is going to be the next head coach. He'll be a head coach next year.
Time of possession, 17 minutes, 59 seconds to 3 minutes, 43 seconds in the first half.
Gosh, Kellen Moore's going to be a head coach next year.
Yeah, which sucks for the Cowboys. but hopefully somebody is grooming underneath him. Maybe another left-handed quarterback. Who knows? I just remembered the name, by the way.
Oh, what is it?
Brandon Whedon.
Brandon Whedon. Garrett Gilbert was the XFL quarterback.
Garrett Gilbert played at Texas.
Yeah. Brandon
Whedon.
Wow. Haven't heard
Look at
that
that.
name in a while. Wow. Look at you.
23rd overall pick, I believe. The Browns' second pick in that draft.
23rd or 28th. 23rd sounds right, though.
Moving on. Raiders, Dolphins. This one goes to overtime. I had the Raiders to win by 3.5. So I was a little pissed when I turned it back on and saw the Dolphins cut it, the deficit. Brian Flores is a good coach.
Mm-hmm. Another Jalen Waddle, 12 catches for 50 yards.
Touchdown, Zeke.
Wow. They are
12 catches for 51 yards.
Yeah, it's like 12 catches for like 58 yards. It was like almost the Najee Harris treatment.
It was 12 catches for 58 yards. Is he the reincarnation of Jarvis Landry?
No, I think he's going to be very good. I definitely think this is going to be more his role. He's still going to have some burner capabilities, but with Will Fuller back, Will Fuller's going to move to the outside. Waddle's going to move more to the slot. I think he's going to be more slot inside out kind of player. Whereas the first 2 weeks he was playing strictly on the outside. And obviously he's got a connection with Jacoby Brissett at this point. You take those points any way you can get them.
Not to toot my own horn, but I think Henry Ruggs is real.
Do you know what his career high in catches is in a game?
In a game, 6.
5.
Okay, and he probably has reached it every single week.
He caught 4 this week.
Yeah, he's real. I'm gonna
he's definitely
start finding him some spots in my roster.
Yeah, he's definitely made the leap. Derek Carr looks amazing.
Yeah, everybody's starting to start the Derek Carr chant for MVP.
Yeah, no, it's Matt Stafford. Come on.
Jared Goff has honestly looked really good with what he has too.
We've said that when he was in the Rams too.
That I know, but who the hell's calling plays there?
I don't know.
Did you see D'Amico Ryans is the
he's the
defensive coordinator for San Francisco?
Yeah.
What a name. D'Amico Ryans, 59 for the Texans. Had him in Madden like all the time. Moving on, Tampa Bay, Los Angeles Rams. This was America's game of the week. The Rams took care of business, kind of shockingly. We did not think the Bucs could be beaten. I wonder if there's some Brian Baldinger like breakdowns on that game to see what actually happened.
I think the Rams are just a better team than the. I mean, like overall, more talented. I know, like, there's not a weakness I can see on the Rams. Like the weakness for the Bucs is their running backs. Like, and everyone can say like, oh, the Rams running back room is weak, but I mean, they're putting him in better positions, even with Sony Michel, even with Darrell Henderson, with Jake Funk.
He only had one touch.
Yeah, so. That's fine. But either way, I mean, they're putting him in better positions than just like slamming the door with Ronald Jones up the middle. I mean, Gio kind of got hot this last week, but that's Brady playing in shotgun. I mean, Brady plays in shotgun more often than not now. And then the Rams offense is just clicking. The receivers are great, like Djax.
Cooper Kupp.
Man, don't get me started on Cooper Kupp.
Damn.
I mean, but they're just utilizing all the weapons, Van Jefferson, Deshaun Jackson, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Tyler Higbee. I mean,
20 rushes for Sony Michel.
Like they're just, and against that stout defense, I mean, it wasn't a great yards per carry by any means. It was like 20 carries
20
for like
67.
80. Oh, 67 out. Okay. But they're committed to it. They're getting good chunks. They're more like the 3-yard runs rather than the like -1, 2-yard runs.
Do you think the Buccaneers need to start
their
running?
Defense is great. And their defense is great. Like they were like Aaron Donald was getting not dominated on the inside, but they moved Aaron Donald to defensive end, and then he just ate Tom Brady's lunch after that. So, and what about the Bucs now?
Do you think they need to start running the ball? They only had 13 rushing attempts in this game.
With who? I mean, Tom Brady doesn't trust any of them. He's not going to turn around and hand the ball off. I mean, he's going to hand it off reluctantly.
Big run, Miles Sanders.
Like, it's just not going to be. They need to run the ball more. But I mean, when AB was out because of COVID, that's going to space out their offense a little bit more. But I just don't think Brady trusts. He sure as hell doesn't trust Ronald Jones. And he's still 50-50 on Leonard Fournette, even though Leonard Fournette was amazing in the playoffs last year. I mean, he trusts Gio, and Gio's hardly in the game still.
I would rather start Jamal Williams every single week over any Bucks running back this year.
I agree with that. Like that's
if I had all three of them on my roster, it'd be Jamal Williams every week.
Yeah, it's about time to. You can safely dump Ronald Jones. Leonard Fournette, you could probably hold on to.
Yeah.
Gio's he's not rostered right now. It's going to be hard to predict with him. But I think the Rams are the best team in football right now.
Probably, because I think last week we were talking about the Bucks being the best team.
Mm-hmm.
That spread was only 1. The Bucks were a 1-point favorite. I should have known.
It opened as the Rams were a 1.5-point favorite when it opened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were. Well, yeah, it switched.
Oh,
quickly.
yeah, they were 1-point dog when I put in my bet.
Yeah. When the line opened, it was favored Rams, and then the money came in heavy on Tampa.
You're right.
But
last
Rams
game of the night, 49ers Packers. Aaron Rodgers does what Aaron Rodgers does. No more tanking. He took care of business. Go ahead.
Does Aaron Rodgers, did he break a sweat last night?
I don't know. He's got some greasy long hair now, so it's hard to tell. But
yeah,
God damn, the Cowboys defense. What happened?
Man, Aaron Rodgers.
Malik Hooker is making plays.
Aaron Rodgers makes it look effortless. Like those throws over like
37 seconds left.
Like the tight throws, he was dealing last night. Like it was easy for him.
I went to bed because I thought it was over. And then the 49ers marched down the field. Trey Sermon touchdown. Mm-hmm. Then they come back with Kyle Juszczyk touchdown with 37 seconds left after the Packers could only figure out a field goal. I believe it was a turnover, which led to the Packers field goal. And somehow pulled it out.
No, the
49ers are good.
The Niners scored a touchdown with like
Trey Sermon.
Yeah, with
it was Mason Crosby field goal.
The Juszczyk
and then it was Juszczyk with 37 seconds left, and then
so they
couple
scored
passes to Davante Adams for the win.
Aaron Rodgers to Davante Adams, and that's all she wrote. Adams had like 12 catches, just eating everybody's lunch. Best receiver in the game by far.
12 for 132 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
All those times when we talked about, they would be nothing without their quarterback. That's not true with Davante Adams.
No, Adams is, stud.
20-7 is our Monday night game. As we cut to a break, we will be right back. And we are back from our short break. Crazy catch by Cedric Wilson. Unfortunately, he was out of bounds.
Said Wilson.
Last of some Traverse City rye. My coworker brought it back from Michigan with him.
Nice.
All right. Moving on to the matchups that mattered.
All right.
Start with mine.
Yeah, go for it. It's actually going to be kind of close. It's not over yet.
It is not over yet. Zeke's already at 23 points. CeeDee Lamb at 5 points. I have a decently comfortable cushion, but projections have me only winning by 6.
Yep. So we will come back to that. That'll be interesting. If Drew pulls off that comeback, that would be amazing.
It'd be pretty frustrating.
Hey, it's okay.
30 from Cooper Kupp, 30 from Justin Herbert. Travis Kelce is pretty much good for at a minimum 15 a week.
No doubt.
If he makes his comeback, it would be pretty wild because most of his team did not show up.
Yeah, I mean, not terrible. I mean,
He definitely didn't leave any points on the bench.
no,
His bench is awful.
he's got Josh Gordon.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait and see.
Heath takes out Blaster. Blaster falls to 0-3. His team does not look good.
It's not a bad team. It's just not. I mean, his quarterback play has been rough. Not a great
Did he
time.
start Mac Jones? Nope,
No,
Jared
it's
Goff.
Jared Goff.
Barkley's finally putting it together. Metcalf put it together.
I mean, Sutton had a bad game. Drake was in a good matchup, but they played freaking Peyton Barber. Oh my gosh.
I know.
DK
100 rushing
Metcalf-
yards for Peyton Barber.
Don't get me started on that. That is.
Ooh, James Robinson had a game.
You pay Kenyon Drake decent money to come play for the Raiders, and then you
Was it 4 million?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 million, which is a high for a running back. Then you give Peyton Barber like 24 touches. Like that's awful. Heath left a few points on the bench. With
Not like you needed it.
not like he needed it. Claypool, but
And
no,
run for. How do you not start Claypool on a week that Deontay Johnson is out?
he didn't lose much though. I mean, played Pittman, played Robinson, made the right choice. But you're not going to bench Allen Robinson. Played Timmy Patrick because they're playing the Jets. Had a solid game. Yeah, solid week all around for Heath right there. Move him to 2-1 and Blaster to 0-3, like you said. The Brink Bowl, pretty low scoring game.
Yeah.
Stuart Brinkman pulls it out 124 to
Luckily
108.
for him.
Yeah. Big win for Stuart to get off the losing Schneid.
Oh, that was a classic 12 versus 1 matchup right there.
Huh? What do you mean?
Dark Horse going into that was the number 1 team.
Oh, yeah. I do see that. Yeah. He's
Brinkman was 12.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. Sorry, a little bit of dead air time there. Yeah, Brink Bowl, low scoring affair. Stuart Brinkman ends up taking the dub. Looks like the difference here was Kamara, even though he got a touchdown stolen from him, and Jefferson. Somehow he escaped Kyler Murray and Derrick Henry. Lucky for him.
Yeah. Dark Horse didn't have, Singletary, Lockett, Marquise Brown. Not great games.
Could have been a huge game for Marquise Brown.
Oh, huge. And he's been pretty good. Just
Yeah.
got that case of the drops.
He's got a case of the chases.
Case of the chases. Yeah, I don't think he hasn't dropped the ball all season.
4 touchdowns for Jamar Chase.
Speaking of that, we will jump to my brother, Monsters and Freight Trains, putting up a licking on the 2-0 Patrick. Luke jumps to 2-1. Patrick falls to 2-1. Patrick had a bad week. It sucks on Thursday night when you lose Christian McCaffrey. Your week kind of sucks after that.
Oh yeah.
Decent
37 from Josh Allen.
Great game for Mike Williams, DJ Moore. And he had AJ Brown. He had Christian McCaffrey and AJ Brown got hurt. And it sucks. So Luke put up a solid week. Yeah, Josh Allen, Eckler, Gaskin was okay for RB2. Schuster got hurt. Kittle finally got something going. Chase Waddle right there, the double rookie.
Honestly, I thought that was pretty good picks for him during the draft anyway, going with the 2 rookies.
Yeah. He's got Chuba on his bench. That's going to help him the next few weeks.
Yeah, he could plug him right in.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Chuba's a flex play this first week, though.
Yeah, I see who they play. That's going to be a big difference.
Gosh. Cowboys just cannot be stopped. Another sack.
They get Dallas next week at Dallas.
I don't know. I think they have to play him, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Or Chuba has to be a part of that offense.
Oh yeah, he's going to be the starting running back.
Well, yeah,
So
very talented out of Oklahoma State. Pride of
speaking of
Brandon Whedon.
speaking of Patrick, that him and Sackett were the first to make the first trade of the year. Broke the seal. Patrick received Cordero Patterson, Daryl Henderson Jr., and Elijah Mitchell, and forego Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Kenny Galladay. Pretty fair. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, I think if he would have done that trade a day later, he would have probably rather had CEH maybe. But he's also getting points from CPAT. We'll see. Daryl Henderson and Mitchell were both out this week with injuries. But in the long run, I think it's gonna be fine. I don't see it wasn't too
Mitchell
lopsided.
honestly looks like the best back for the 49ers, which is weird to say.
Yeah, I hope he's gonna be back soon. He should be. He came down to a game time decision this week. Yeah, game time decision this week. Should be better next week.
Sermon didn't look great. It was no Justin Fields game, but
no. I wouldn't rule out Pat. He's got some good pieces still. But I mean, you're gonna have some down weeks. You can't win them all. I've never seen a undefeated fantasy team. So you just have to weather the storm when the injuries come, because they will. And his injuries came this week. You just got to manage.
Cole takes out Redskins for life, who I expect is going to be the worst team in the league coming into next week.
Yep, Lean will be 0-3, low scoring team. He's on pace to move into the Hall of Records for lowest scoring game of the year so far. That is
80.82, but it is not over just yet.
Nope. 105 and some change is the low score of the year, so he should still move into that.
Probably.
But Cole moves on, gets himself up to 2-1. Big game. He played Manny Sanders. Good for him.
Wow.
Played Manny Sanders over Javonte.
Holy crap.
Wow. Good for him. He's got some points on the bench, but he went for it. Played Manny Sanders.
That's a hell of a play. That's ballsy.
Good for him.
I mean, DeAndre Hopkins didn't do anything for him, but he didn't need him apparently.
Lean did the right thing and played Brandon Cooks, but then he also played Robbie Anderson, so that kind of was a push.
I think he has to at this point, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I would have rather taken it. I mean, it's not too much in the box score, but I would have rather played Will Fuller. It was only five more points.
Oh my gosh.
But he's got Ayuk. Ayuk looked good. Ayuk's out of the doghouse, it looks like.
So I just checked your projections. You are currently scheduled to win by 0.17. I think you just muted yourself.
I did mute myself. That is good because I was hacking up a lung over here.
0.17.
Is it halftime or not halftime yet?
I don't know. I had to stop my my stream.
The thing is, Jalen Hurts could go. Is that the last game we have to touch on? Yeah. So at this moment in time, let me double check. I'm not sure if it is even halftime on the Monday Night Football game.
It is not. There's still like 2 minutes left.
It is 2nd and 31 for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yuck.
So at the moment right now, sorry, I am currently up 140.28 to 136.22.
Horribly close.
I have Devonta Smith, whereas Sackett has the aforementionable Jalen Hurts. Could go either way. Obviously, points favor the quarterback. Just gotta hope things go well. This would, if Sackett pulls it out, move himself to 3-0. That'd be a big win for him. It would put me, the defending champ,
in a bad place
at 0-3 with 3 Monday night losses.
Oof.
Yeah, I lost to Cole on Monday night. I mean, I was
It's longer
chasing,
season this year, at least.
longer season. I was chasing on Monday night. Didn't quite make up the points on Monday night. Was chasing the points on Monday night last week. Fell short again. This week I have the lead going into Monday night, but 1-1. So I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Obviously, I wasn't going to play Hines. He's just a stash at this point. You can't. He's more like a bye week fill-in. You can't really.
He's
play
James
him.
White.
I toyed with playing Madison, but again, it was a late game, which I had late swap options. I really thought this was the week for Robert Woods, and now I'm panicking.
It's not looking good for him.
I looked at the draft board and my next two players not right off the board. There was three players I could have taken where there's two for sure that I was really high on. I liked Chris Godwin, but I liked these two players more than Godwin. And it was Cooper Kupp and DJ Moore. I have both those players. I'm most likely 3-0. I mean, but that's shoulda, coulda, woulda. I thought Robert Woods was going to be just as good as Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
I didn't expect Cooper Kupp to have 5 touchdowns in 3 weeks.
No, no one did. He's the number one wide receiver in all the land, I believe.
I know. Well, just a couple of years ago, he was like wide receiver 4. So I mean, it's not unheard of.
Right. Yeah, I had him that year too, just so you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, going back and forth on those guys, it is halftime of that game now. It is I super close. I think he is overtaking me in the projections now, maybe by a hair. But I can't quite see. It's so close on the map. I can't see.
All you have to do is put your cursor over the gray one and it'll pop up.
145.78 for myself. 146.56 for Sackett now. So he's back in the lead.
0.98 or something like that. 0.99
for him. I need Smith to have a
touchdown.
A touchdown could help me. And also not
a big touchdown would help you.
Yeah.
Well, actually, like 6 catches for 30 yards and a touchdown would help you.
Yeah, if he can get to that 15 to 20 point win. Well, not even that, because if he has 15 to 20 points, like it just
Jalen Hurts doesn't get any points for completions. That's why I said you need like one drive where he just throws to Devontae Smith every single time, 6 for 30 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yeah, you're defending champ.
Because what is that? That's 5 points for a quarterback, and that's 15 for wide receiver.
It's going to be tight, and I'm not going to probably find out till the morning because I am tired as hell, and I'm probably going to go to bed very soon.
In the effort of time, let's skip the preview for week 4. If you want to know, all you have to do is go to NFL.com fantasy football, take a look at the matchups next week.
We'll just preview like who
is there any rivalry games?
Well, obviously anyone that's 0-3, you need a win. So I could be staring at 0-3. I will be playing Patrick. There's a couple more weeks of interdivision play, and then we'll get to the outer division play, and we'll do stats for all that sort of stuff like we did last year. So I will be playing Patrick. Patrick will be 2-1. I will be 0-3 or 1-2. Sackett, and I'm trying to see who's going to be that last undefeated team. We got a good matchup here. Sackett,
but we don't know.
Most likely it's going to be you. Sackett. We have Sackett versus Cole. That's going to be a good one. Could be a 3-0 team versus a 2-1 team. It's going to be a good one as well. We have Heath and Drew going against each other. Luke and Lean. That should be a fun one.
Oh, yes, it should be.
That should be a good one.
I'll let Lean know so that he can pay attention.
Yeah. Then we have Stuart Brigman and Blaster. So 2 teams on the bottom trying to make a push up. And then Scotch on the sidelines and Dark Horse. So that's two top teams. It's gonna be 2-1 and a 3-0, or potentially 3-0. You're not quite there yet. But that's gonna be a good one too. No rivalries. There were a couple rivalries games this week. Obviously, the Brink Bowl, and then the one that is not quite over, which is Hack Gate.
Yep. Moving on to my favorite portion recently because of DraftKings is the bets portion.
Yeah,
Did you track last week's bets?
I am. I opened up the wrong Google Doc. I am getting on it. I still need to add the Taysom Hill one.
Did you add the DJ Moore versus Calvin Ridley?
Yep. Rest of the season, week 4 on.
Copy.
I took the over, correct? On Taysom Hill.
Yes.
You took the under. Perfect. Oh, caps lock is on. I will fix that later. All right. So for the stats for the first couple weeks, we have the season long ones. We'll see how those go. Week 2 of the NFL season, Dalton was 2-0. One was a push, was the Tua injury. And then yep. So you were 2-0 after week 2. And then week 3, so last week, a little recap. The first one was, will Jameis Winston throw an interception? Dalton took the no and won.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think he has any interceptions yet on the year yet.
No, he threw 2 last week.
Oh, my bad. That's right. That's where the bet came from.
Mm-hmm. There was the more incompletions, Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence, which Zach took Zach. And he had 16 incompletions compared to Trevor Lawrence's 12. And then the difference bet was the late run by Jamal Williams. It was more rushing yards, Lamar Jackson or the combo of Swift and Williams.
And I think I took the Lions because I just traded for him.
Yep. Swift and Williams, 89, which is, we said the average, they were both averaging about 93 yards per game. Lamar, 58.
He actually had a much more passing heavy game, which was weird for him.
So Dalton won that one. So Dalton went
4-1,
2-1 on that week, 4-1 for the running total.
Yikes. That is a deep hole. Your fantasy season is not going so great. Good thing it's early.
It is very early. I have an extra week to make it up.
All right. So let's talk about my final weekend observation, which will go into my bets because it is my week to determine the bets. While I was watching the Red Zone, Scott Hansen was talking about how many turnovers there had been and how there was a lot. There was a ton in the early window. It just seemed like they were back to back early to begin the 11 o'clock slate. But actually,
I don't like this.
There are fewer turnovers through the first 3 games of the season this year than there was last year. Going into tonight, there was only 114 turnovers, whereas there was 122 in the first 3 weeks last year. So if you take an average, that's 40 per week in 2020 and 38 per week in 2021.
What's the difference of 39?
Week 4, 2020, there were 36 turnovers. Over under for week 4, 35.5.
35.5.
And you get to pick first, correct?
Yes.
Because I made the bets. Yes.
Correct. So I get to
over under 35.5. The average so far this year is 38 per week.
There's no bye weeks. Oh, it's I'm taking the over.
Okay.
I know by week 4 you should be getting your shit together, and not turn the ball over as much. But it's the day and age of slinging around. I'll take
Give me the under then.
What's the number? 36.5.
35.5.
35.5. Man, you could have really fucked me there.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Okay.
that's lost turnovers, correct? That's not
Correct. That's
Correct.
lost turnovers. They're the worst fumbling running backs so far in the NFL play for the
Kansas
Washington football team and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
More fumbles combined.
Oh God.
Washington and Atlanta.
Wait,
Or-
for the game?
Yes. More fumbles. Not lost, fumbles total. Fumbles total. Because that's a
Okay.
separate stat. Not
Yeah.
lost fumbles, but fumbles total. Washington and Atlanta or Kansas City and Philadelphia. And I get to pick first.
The two teams are what? Kansas City.
Yeah, because
Philly?
Kansas City and Philly, and the other one is Washington and Atlanta.
I'm
Give
just
me
writing them
Kansas
down.
City. Give me Kansas City, Philly.
Kansas City, Philly, and then the other one was
Washington, Atlanta.
fumbles. I feel like I'm already playing catch up and it could just totally bite me in the ass. Atlanta's defense is poo-poo. Washington's defense is also poo-poo. Kansas City's defense is poo-poo.
But we're talking
But-
about ball security
Ball security.
because it's fumbles. It's not recovered. You don't have to recover it. They just have to drop it. Dead air, dead air, dead
Dead
air,
air,
dead
dead
air,
air.
dead air, dead air, dead air.
I feel like I'm just gonna. I know we're trying to make them as close as possible, but I'm also still trying to gather points. There's not a rule we have to take the same side or take the
Okay.
opposite side.
No, it's not, but we try to make them even.
We
bets,
try to make
just
them
so
even.
Someone
I know. I will also take KC Philly.
can I flip then? Or are you trying to play in the same side as me?
A little bit of both. I do think KC and Philly, but
I'll stay with my pick.
Yeah,
We'll just call it. We both pick KC Philly.
yeah.
all
I mean,
right. I'll be better.
It still count. I mean, well, it doesn't matter. I mean,
I'll be better in week 5 when I'm picking bets, or week 6. 5,
yeah.
6, because these are bets for week 4.
So, do we want to make a rule you have to take the opposite?
No, it's just
There's no stats on that one. That's just more of a feel.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take. We'll just stay on the same side, I guess.
Okay. Sorry.
We both get a point if we win, or we both get no points if we both lose.
And that's totally fine with me.
That's what the rule should be.
Yeah.
All right, final bet. More combined interceptions.
Oh my God.
Jaguars and Bengals, or Titans and Jets.
More combined interceptions. Oh my God.
It's all turnovers this week.
So, okay,
Combined
give me-
interceptions.
Okay, so we have New York.
Jaguars and Bengals,
Okay. I'm typing Jaguars,
which is a
Bengal,
Thursday night game.
or
Titans, Jets. We're just taking these rookie quarterbacks and running them through the woodshed.
Bengals. Okay, I'm just trying to think here. God, they're awful defenses.
They're awful.
Okay, more combined. Tannehill's not gonna throw a pick.
Isn't he?
Not against the Jets. Hell no.
Pretty sure he's got multiple interceptions so far this year.
Yeah, but they're playing the Jets. I think I'll take Tennessee and the Jets.
Okay. Give me Jaguars Bengals on Thursday night.
Okay, sounds good. My reasoning is just I know Jacksonville, and I just don't. I think Joe Burrow is going to be on point on Thursday night against that team. I don't think Joe Burrow throws a pick.
I'm almost thinking this is going to end up being a tie between the two games.
It could be a tie.
Like
Yeah,
two for each rookie and one for the veteran.
yeah, something like that. I'm banking on Mike Vrabel coaching up a hell of a game plan against
Hopefully.
the Jets. Yeah, he needs to do some coaching.
I mean, he can just fall asleep and make that one, so it's no big deal.
okay, perfect.
Well,
we will get that running total.
Those
and
are the bets.
And for the folks that are going on the season long, obviously nothing is set in stone yet. Dalton takes the Cowboys number 3 wide receiver total points. Outscores the Jets number 1 wide receiver in total points. I believe I'm still in the lead on that just because they don't really have a third wide receiver because Gallup got hurt. I have the Rams winning the division. Dalton has the Cardinals winning the division. That is a chance neither of us gets those points. Dalton has DJ Moore, and I have Calvin Ridley. Week 4 on rest of season, not including weeks 1 through 3. And then we have a Taysom Hill bet. I have the over 6.5 rushing touchdowns for the season. Dalton has the under. And I looked at that bet and it said T Hill. I'm like, Tyreek Hill? No, Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah. I would definitely take the over on the Tyreek Hill one. But yeah, bets are not going my way. I want to go back and try to find the bets from last year. It was pretty close overall.
Matthew with the perfect timing post on the Facebook page just now. Yep.
Of course, Matt hasn't posted in a while.
Nope. This one was good. He saved it.
Good. Of course. Of course.
Is that Medea?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. With that,
yeah, nothing.
Enjoy your Monday Night Football. This shall be out this evening. However, now we're both going to have to do some editing in order to get everything together because there was some network connectivity. Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm still on the same video call. Mine just has the pause.
I will have to do some editing.
You're going to have to do the editing. Might as well. You could try to throw some music on there for the break, but who knows?
We will see. I'm trying to stay away from music so that Apple doesn't get rid of us.
Bill,
help
us out.
Bill.
Don't get us copyrighted there.
That's right. No copy strike. Bill. Get it done. Don't get your car towed in Philly. I'll leave you with that. See you guys.